All right, first graders, we are doing two parts for math today because today is the day that we're getting our paper plate clock completely put together. So the first thing that you're actually going to do is take that brad, the little fastener that had the turtle attached to your paper plate clock, and you're going to fold it back up so that you can take your turtle off the paper plate clock. Can you see here? I've got my turtle with the brad. Then you need your snake. Go ahead and pause the video as we're going through this if you need to get parts or to take the time to get something put together, because you're going to get your snake now. You're going to pinch those two parts of the brad together and you're going to put it through the snake. You want the snake under the turtle. There we go. Now you need your second paper plate. So you have this one here with the numbers on it, and then you should have another blank one. So we don't really want this bottom one, the blank one, to slide around too much on this one. And that might be a little tricky. I don't know. I think it's probably going to slide around some anyhow, but we're going to do what we can. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to experiment trying it with the glue stick. If you can't find your glue stick, or if you want to try another method, maybe you could try some tape. If you have double-sided tape, that's great. Or maybe, you know how you can fold it around backwards, inside out, so that there's some glue, some sticky stuff there. So I'm going to put glue around the whole part of my plain paper plate. So I'm going right around here. I'm not going to go out to the edge, but I'm going around in the middle. All right, there's my glued bottom paper plate. Now I'm putting everything all together. So my plain paper plate goes on the bottom. My paper plate with numbers goes on top of it. And now I'm going to take the snake and the turtle together on the brad and poke them through my hole. Hang on here. My hole is not as big as yours. I made it later on, and I used a needle on mine. I used a nail on yours. There we go. Now I got it through. So now you can see I've got it poked through here on the back. It's through both of my paper plates. I have my turtle and snake on the front. And now I'm going to take the brad and switch to the other camera and show you what I'm doing. All right, so here's the back of my doubled up paper plate. Again, you can see I've got both paper plates here. On this side, I have, not a focused camera. There we go. I have both the turtle and the snake attached under the brad. So on the back side now, I'm going to separate the parts of this brad so that it can go kind of flat. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to press it down some so that my top paper plate kind of sticks onto the one beneath. And now here this is. This goes around. And what we're going to start working on is, there we go, the minutes. Our turtle keeps track of our hours, but it's our super fast snake who keeps track of the minutes. Let's start them up here at 12 o'clock. As turtle goes just 1 hour over here to the 1, snake actually goes all the way around. So when turtle gets to about 12:30, snake is going to be halfway around. And when turtle gets to 1, there he goes, snake is going to be back up at the 12. So if you're not doing this with me with your clocks right now, I actually want you to, because this is going to help it to stick in our brains really well. So slowly, slowly start moving turtle past 1 o'clock over toward 2 o'clock. And while he's going, snake is going to be here moving pretty quick. Because as turtle gets to about 1:30, snake is going to be down here at 6. Because that's halfway on snake's trip around the clock, because every hour as turtle goes from one number to the next one, snake goes all the way around. Same thing here. Turtle's going to move down to 3 now, slowly, slowly, but snake goes much more quickly, and by the time turtle's at 3, snake has gone all the way around. Turtle's going to move slowly down to 4, And then as he goes on down to 4, snake goes all the way around. You should have your paper plate clocks and be doing this with me, even though I know the glare makes it really hard to see. Let's see, maybe that'll be a little better. All right, so here we are at 4 o'clock. Snake goes slowly, slowly on down to 5. And by the time turtle goes slowly. By the time turtle is at 4:30, snake is already down here. Because that's halfway for snake. He goes all the way around every hour. Turtle's going to go slowly, slowly on down to 5. And by the time turtle gets to 5, snake is up here at 12. Turtle's going to go on slowly down towards 6. And when he's at 5:30, snake is halfway around. By the time turtle gets down to 6, snake is all the way straight up at the top. So boys and girls, I actually want you to pause the video and finish that now. Have turtle go to 7 and snake go all the way around. Have turtle go to 8 and make snake go all the way around as turtle gets to 8. Same thing going to 9, turtle goes to 9 and snake goes all the way around. I want you to do it all the way to 12 o'clock and then restart the video. All right, boys and girls, I really hope you paused that video and actually went all the way around with turtle and snake so that we really get it fixed in our mind what those hands are doing on this clock. So what we're going to do now is start to talk about how we keep track of minutes. Because in an hour, going right through here, there's 1 hour. But in that 1 hour, snake goes all the way around and there are 60 minutes. Now, if we were in class, we'd do a whole activity dividing up 60 minutes into these 12 hours, or these 12 numbers that you go around on the clock, but we don't have all the materials for that right now. So we're going to do it this way. I'm just going to tell you that when we go from 12 to 1, we need 5 minutes in here. And when we go from 1 to 2, we need 5 more minutes. And 2 to 3 is 5 more minutes. So we're going to need to practice some of our counting by fives. So again, boys and girls, if we were in the classroom, we would be practicing counting by fives every single day. We would have done that every day for a couple of weeks, and we'd keep doing it every day for a couple of weeks. But I want you to at least count with me by fives from 0 to 60. So go ahead, do your best to say it with me. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Now we're going to go back to our clock and we're going to start putting those numbers in. So I'm going to use my Sharpie. You can use your pen, your crayon, some kind of tool that you can write on these paper plate clocks with. All right, so boys and girls, now we're getting into the part we made the flaps for yesterday. Underneath each flap, we're going to write how many minutes go with that hour. So 12 starts with 0. So by the time we get to 1, we have 5 more. Well, you know 0 plus 5 more just makes 5. So underneath here, just on the edge, I'm putting a little 5 to show me 1 is also 5 minutes. 1 hour, 5 minutes. So if the turtle's pointing here, we think about hours, and that means 1 hour. But if turtle is somewhere else and the snake is pointing to the 1, that means minutes, 5 minutes. So the underneath part here is for the times, the minutes that go with snake. So 5 here at 1, as we go on to 2, we're going to have 5 more. So what's 5 and 5 more? Well, you guys know that. 5 and 5 more is 10. Even if that weren't a doubles fact that we've been practicing, you guys would probably know that. Going on to 3 for snake here with more minutes. 10 and 5 more. 15. Going down to 4 hours for turtle. But then how many minutes is that for snake? Well, now we're going to be at 20 minutes for snake. Ooh, there you go. 5 hours for turtle. How many minutes is that for snake? Well, if you're not sure, let's go ahead and count by fives again. Here's 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. So 5 will be 25 right underneath here. 6 hours for turtle makes 30 minutes for snake. 7 hours for turtle makes, let's see, can you think of it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So right under here, I'm going to write a 35, 30, 35, 40. There's my 40. Oops, there we go. All right, let's review. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 now over here at the 9. So under the flap for 9, I'm going to write 45, 50, oh, that one went off my edge a little bit. All right, here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And then under the flap for 12, we're going to write 2 things. The main thing to write, the first thing to write here is 0. Because really, truly, people talk about that should be 60. But when snake is pointing up here to the 12, that's 0 minutes. We don't ever write 60 minutes when we're writing time. But every now and then people talk about it. So what I'm going to do is a little farther down here in my flap, just kind of small to remind me there's 60 minutes in an hour. I'm going to write a little 60 down there. But really what you want to pay attention to is that 0. Because technically we go 50, 5, 56, 57, 58, 59. And then when we get to 60, instead of going to 60, we start over again at 0. All right, so there is the clock that you need for today now. And you can do all kinds of practice with time. Now, in your book, you don't have to know all these different times. Like if the turtle is pointing at the 11 and the snake is pointing at 2. You don't have to learn that yet. They're having you learn that in 2nd grade. But now, guys, if you want to, you can realize, all right, if turtle's there, you know, between the 11 and the 12, and snake is over here at the 2, well, my hour, it's in the 11 o'clock hour here. So my hour is 11, and it's not 11:02, because these numbers are for turtle, and this is snake pointing over here. It's actually 11:10. Because for snake's minutes, we got to peek underneath. Now, boys and girls, you don't usually see minutes marked on a clock, and that's because grown-ups actually have learned to memorize how many minutes go with each of these hours. You don't have to have all that memorized right now for 1st grade. You will need to get it memorized in 2nd grade. That's one reason why we're starting right now with just a little bit of extra practice, so that by 2nd grade, you can go, oh man, yeah, I didn't remember all those numbers exactly, but I do remember about counting by 5s and all that sort of thing. So boys and girls, make sure you keep your paper plate clock handy here. We're going to move into today's lesson in the book.